Hi, this is part two, Patrick. I want to tell some Bigfoot stories about some personal friends that had saw Bigfoots. Um, I had a little friend of mine, and he was really good friends with my little sister, and um, his name was Mook, and he told me a story down on the Eel River about four-wheel driving in the middle of the night. And he was down there four-wheel driving with a friend, and he said it was around 2 a.m. He was flying down the river. He was always four-wheeling, and he had a little Toyota truck, and he used to go around and just go four-wheeling everywhere. And he said he came up on the river, the water on the Eel River, right down past Miranda, and he said there was three Bigfoots crouched down, drinking at the river, and he said he saw them and they stood up, and he said one was like 9 feet tall, and then he said the other one was like 8 feet tall, and then he said one was like 6 feet tall, and he said he started flying in his truck. He was freaked out. He was going 30, 40 miles an hour, and he said these things passed him, ran past him at 40 miles an hour in his truck. And he told me that story, but he never wanted to tell the story to anybody. He was like, people will think you're crazy, this and that and never. So he never wanted to talk about it. But I was friends with him, so he told me the story. He trusted me to tell me. And he's passed away right now. He was drinking alcohol when he was younger, and he was drunk, and they put him on his back, and he ended up throwing up and drowning on his own throw up. But I just want to tell people and about that. If you ever have friends that are drinking, make sure you roll them on your belly, because I've lost countless friends because they were put on their back. So just remember, and I hope I did a good job with your story, Mook. Um, anyways, God bless you. Rest in peace, buddy. I also want to tell another story about another friend of mine who had passed away, but he told me a Bigfoot story about down in Piercy. Um, he said he was sleeping down in his garden down there, guarding his garden back in the uh, late 80s, like 88, 89. Um, he said he was in his garden, and he said there was a giant, furry, red Bigfoot down there. And he said the thing was uh, vocal. He was letting out these vocal like screams, and had freaked my friend Chris out. Um, you know, Chris passed away. He took his own life, and rest in peace, Chris. But I thought I would tell your story right now, because I had always thought about it. I always thought he was a little crazy when he told me this story back then. I was like, yeah, right. Okay. Um, but, um, you know, right now, after everything I've been seeing and researching, I believe him now. Um, I also wanted to tell a story about another friend that I had that was my cousin's good friend, and his name was Dale. And he told me a story as he was driving out on 36 uh, in the AM. Um, he said that he saw a Bigfoot run across the road right in front of him, and he was like, "Yeah, I saw a Bigfoot, and it was real." And I really didn't think much about it till right now. These stories kind of came to me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share them with people right now. But there was another story that I always thought about, and I remembered um, back in the '90s. A bunch of the PG&E crews were putting lines in over to Trinity County, um, from Humboldt County to Trinity, and there was crews out there that uh, big large crew um, had been seeing Bigfoot there, and I didn't want to just tell this story, so I looked it up on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said yes, true. And 7 of the top PG&E guys came forward and signed an affidavit saying that they were seeing these Bigfoots. And there was actually more guys, but only 7 of them came forward because they didn't want to lose their job. It's a true story. You can look it up on ChatGPT. Um, Not only were the PG&E guys seeing it, the CDF guys were also seeing it, seeing them, and they said that they were intelligent and they were watching them, and they were, yeah, they all came forward and did a statement, deposition, saying that they had all seen Bigfoots. I think more of them saw them, but only 7 guys came forward. I think everybody was seeing them out there when they were putting those lines in because this was a remote area. But I always thought that was a pretty cool story. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look it up on ChatGPT, so I'm not giving any misinformation. But I looked that story up yesterday on ChatGPT, and I thought I would share that story with you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. But that was some Bigfoot stories. And to all my friends, those 3 people are all passed away now. Rest in peace to all of them. And thank you for you guys listening to my story. Please give me a like. God bless.